Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind.
Hi y'all, it's your girl Lex with another video. So y'all, I was supposed to do this video this morning. I had my alarm set for 7 to come here and walk before work, and I was lazy. So I'm just getting off work and I'm about to do it now. So I wanted to do a Q&A with y'all today. The first question is, what is the hardest decision that I ever had to make? I would say one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make was deciding if I wanted to continue college or have my son. So at the time I was young. I was 20 years old. I was an animal science major, and you know how it is when you're in college. I had to make that decision, and I decided to have my baby. The next question is, how tall are you? I am 6'4". Sorry. I am 5'11". Yeah, I'm out of breath. The next question is, what is the worst and best advice you ever received? The best advice I ever received would be to keep going. Don't tell people my goals and my plans before they actually take off. Because for one, some people aren't genuinely happy for you, and you know people pray against your downfall. Some of the worst advice I ever received is credit cards are free money. Y'all, when I got my first credit card, I maxed it out. My credit score dropped at least 50 points. Credit cards are not free money. That's some of the worst advice I ever had. What is your favorite food? So if you follow me on Snapchat, then you will know I love Mexican food, but I love tacos. I can eat tacos every day. So to my husband, be ready to eat tacos on our wedding day. Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships? So the main thing that I think is manipulation, sex, money. So if you have someone that's taking care of you and he may be abusive, verbally or physical, it's going to be hard to leave it. And I feel like it's hard for some people to move on. Well, they don't know how to move on. Or when it's time to finally move on, they use history as an excuse. And they're like, I've been with this person for 10 years. Like, I really don't want to do this with nobody else. When really, the relationship failed 9 years ago. You should have been left it alone. I feel like manipulation is the number one reason. What are your thoughts on one-night stands? So honestly, I'm not against one-night stands. I just feel like these days people are crazy, and you just need to be careful. Like, you don't know what type of person you're hooking up with, so just be careful and have fun and live life. Live life. But yeah, be safe, y'all. Is it possible to live a life without lies? Honestly, I feel like it is possible to live a life without lies, but we all lie, whether it's a small or a big lie. And we lie for our personal gain. We lie for social media, to avoid trouble, consequences, to spare feelings. I feel like everyone does it. And I feel like if you are a person who truly just don't give a fuck and you don't care about sparing feelings or social media, then you can live a life without lies. But in my opinion, no. Who are your top 5 artists? So if you know me, then you know Drake is number 1. Summer Walker, Lil Durk, Adele, and I love the old Kanye West. What is your dream vacation? So I never really sat and thought like, okay, this is where I want to go. I see little stuff on Facebook, but I've always wanted to go to Antarctica. because I love animals. I want to go to Japan to just explore the different cities and eat. But those are two that I could think of so far. What is your top childhood memory? I would say my top childhood memory is my surprise party for my 5th birthday. And that's at the top because literally everyone was alive. That's when everyone used to go to grandma's house. It was lit. And that's the only time I've had a surprise birthday party ever. So that's always going to be my favorite childhood memory. And my mom recorded it, so it's on a little tape. So yes, I love it. What is your hardest life experiences? So the first one I would say is losing both of my grandparents like 4 months apart. That was really hard. And it was life-changing. Like, losing your grandparents is a different type of hurt. And losing 2 in the same year at that. Like, I was going through it. It was hard. So, y'all, I had to sit down for this because I was getting out of breath. So, another hard life experience that I had to go through is going through postpartum. And I just pray that everyone who is going through postpartum, that they are pushing through. Like, I feel for you if you are going through postpartum. So I went through postpartum starting 2021 when I had my daughter. Like, that's literally the worst thing ever. I knew when it started because I would breastfeed and I would just cry. Like, it would give me this weird feeling and I wouldn't even want to do it anymore. I think I breastfed for like 5 months. But postpartum had me in a really, really dark place. Like, sometimes I didn't even feel like being a mom. I would want to be alone in my bed. I would still go out and be around family. But when I go back home, I would still feel alone. I have siblings and a mom that call me literally every day. And I wouldn't even want to talk on the phone. Like, I would fake smile. I wouldn't want to eat. Postpartum was really hard. Like, I was trying to find myself and Lex just wasn't there. Like, I didn't know who I was. And some days, even now, I get into my moments where I like feel it and I just have to pray because I just feel for all the moms who are going through postpartum because it's definitely real. And I feel like people that have gone through it understand that they can relate. But it's literally the hardest thing ever. I honestly didn't think that I was going to be able to get through it, but I just thank God and I thank my family for surrounding me with love. And whoever is going through postpartum, just surround yourself around love. Even if you don't have the support, just find it. And my kids wasn't even the problem. Like, I have awesome grandparents for my kids. I feel like my kids have some of the best grandparents. And I have a great support system. That wasn't even the case. It was just my mental. And I'm still getting my mental together now. And whenever I do feel like I want to be alone, I have to force myself to just be around people. And I have social anxiety from that. Like, it's weird for me to, like, be around big crowds. I may start sweating or, like, I can't hold a conversation. But postpartum really took a toll on me. And that was, like, one of the hardest life experiences I ever had to encounter. So, again, if you are going through it, I pray that you are able to find the light. What are my worst fears? I feel like one of my worst fears is being a failure because I feel like I was born for greatness. I feel like I was born to be successful. Right now, I'm 27 years old, and it's people younger than me that have way more than I have, and I'm just afraid of failing. I know there's no time frame on success, but I'm ready to be here because right now I feel like I'm here, and it's going to come. Because all I have to do is keep going and keep God first. What are your biggest pet peeves? Y'all, please don't come around me or please don't invite me nowhere if you're going to be smacking. I fucking hate that shit. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate that fucking smacking noise when people eat. I hate a person that can't keep their word. That's my second biggest pet peeve. Like, don't tell me some shit and you go back on your word, because that's going to make me cut you off. So keep your word with me, please. So y'all, this is the end of my video. I really hope you guys enjoy the Q&A, and I'll see you guys later.